Welcome back, everyone. Find a comfortable place, take a breath, and let your mind settle in. Tonight, we're exploring a peaceful collection of Pokémon TCG facts, perfect for relaxing, studying, or drifting off to sleep. Before we start, I want to say thank you for being here. This channel has been growing steadily, and we're now so close to reaching 500 subscribers. If you want more calm, chill Pokemon content, consider hitting the subscribe button. It takes just a second, but it truly helps the channel grow, and it means I can keep making videos like this for you. Alright, once you're settled and ready, let's begin. The Pokemon trading card game first appeared in Japan in 1996, at a time when the franchise was exploding in popularity. It offered a brand new way for fans to experience the world of Pokemon beyond the games and TV show. Kids traded, battled, and collected in a way that felt fresh and exciting. That first release would go on to inspire decades of expansions, new mechanics, rare artworks, and unforgettable memories. It wasn't just a card game, it became a cultural phenomenon that still continues to grow today. In the early Japanese releases, booster packs sometimes included extra goodies like sticker sheets. These fun little bonuses made opening packs feel even more special. You never knew exactly what you were going to get. Kids decorated notebooks, school folders, or traded stickers just like they traded cards. It made each pack feel more alive, and even if you didn't pull the rare card you wanted, you still walked away with something cool. Those early surprises added charm to the collecting experience and are fondly remembered by longtime fans. When the base set launched, it introduced the very first holofoil Pokemon cards, and they quickly became the highlight of every pack. The shimmering foil background created an almost magical effect, instantly grabbing attention. Pulling a holo felt like winning a mini lottery, a moment you'd proudly show off to friends. These holo cards weren't just rare, they were visually stunning, becoming the centerpiece of many childhood binders. Even now, the original holos remain some of the most iconic cards in the entire hobby, representing the golden beginnings of the TCG. Base set cards went through multiple print runs, and collectors eventually discovered subtle differences in color tones, border thickness, and shading between them. Unlimited prints often had these small variations due to different printing methods and improvements over time. While these differences might seem tiny, they became meaningful to collectors who enjoyed identifying early versions and learning the story behind each print. These details reveal the depth of the hobby and how even the smallest aspects of production can influence rarity and value, something collectors still enjoy exploring today. Among early Japanese releases, the no rarity base set cards stand out as the earliest known versions. Without the standard rarity symbol printed on the corner, these cards were part of Pokemon's earliest production period. Many players didn't realize their significance, so they were used heavily, traded, and often not protected. Because of this, finding well-preserved copies today is extremely difficult. They're treasured as historical pieces, offering a glimpse into the origins of the TCG and the experimentation that shaped the game into what it eventually became. When the Jungle expansion released, it became the first English set to feature both holo and non-holo versions of the same rare cards. This added a fun twist to collecting, giving players multiple versions to chase. Kids hunted for the holo versions for their sparkle, while others were determined to complete the full non-holo lineup. It introduced a new dynamic that shaped how future sets handled card variations. Jungle may not have been the largest set, but it left a strong impact with its unique approach and memorable artwork. Fossil became known as the smallest of the early English sets, containing just 62 cards, yet it still had plenty of personality. It introduced fan favorites like Lapras, Kabutops, and Aerodactyl, all featuring artwork that captured a mysterious, ancient vibe. Its simple layout and easy-to-complete checklist made it very beginner-friendly. Many collectors still remember Fossil fondly because it brought something different, while still remaining approachable and fun. Despite its size, it became a defining set of the early era. The base set Charizard artwork is one of the most iconic images in trading card history. Illustrated by Mitsuhiro Arita, the fiery, dynamic pose perfectly captured Charizard's power. Over the years, this artwork has been reprinted in various formats, from anniversary editions to special collections. Each reprint carries a sense of nostalgia and respect for the original. Whether you were a dedicated collector or just a kid opening packs, Charizard was the card everyone dreamed of pulling. Its legacy has made it a symbol of the entire Pokémon TCG. Neogenesis marked the arrival of the Johto region in the TCG, introducing a fresh lineup of Pokémon and giving the game a new wave of excitement. Players met Chikorita, Cyndaquil, Totodile, and many other Johto favorites on cards for the first time. The set also introduced new mechanics, updated energy designs, and more advanced strategies. For many fans, Neogenesis felt like entering a new chapter in the Pokémon world. It honored the past while pushing the game forward, making it one of the most memorable expansions ever released. The Neo era as a whole took on darker, more atmospheric artwork compared to earlier sets. Artists began experimenting with shadows, dramatic poses, and richer backgrounds. This shift gave the cards a deeper tone and matched the evolving stories of the Pokémon universe. The cards felt more mature and expressive, appealing to longtime fans who were growing alongside the franchise. The Neo sets are visually distinct because of this artistic evolution, making them stand out among other eras and helping them remain favorites for collectors and artists alike. Light and dark Pokémon added a unique personality to the Neo era, and they appeared exclusively during that time. These versions represented different sides of the same species. Light Pokémon often had gentle artwork and supportive abilities, while dark Pokémon displayed sharper, edgier designs and more aggressive attacks. This duality added depth and storytelling to the cards, giving collectors and players something visually and thematically special. Because the concept was tied so specifically to that era, it hasn't returned in the same way since, making those cards stand out as a creative and memorable moment in Pokémon TCG history. Lugia and Ho-Oh made their highly anticipated first appearances in Neogenesis, and their debut instantly added star power to the set. Lugia, with its powerful presence and iconic artwork, became one of the most recognized cards from the era. Ho-Oh's bright, radiant design captured attention with its colorful wings and legendary status. Their inclusion marked the transition from the original Kanto lineup into the new Johto generation, bringing excitement and fresh energy to the TCG. For many collectors, those two legendary cards were the centerpiece of Neo Genesis and remain fan favorites even decades later. Before the Pokémon Company took full control, Wizards of the Coast managed the international distribution and production of the Pokémon TCG until 2003. This era helped shape much of the game's early identity, from card layouts to marketing and tournament play. Wizards brought the TCG to audiences worldwide, printing millions of cards that would become part of childhood memories everywhere. Their involvement gave the game structure and momentum, helping it grow from a Japanese hit to a global phenomenon. Even now, collectors refer to these years as the Wizards era, a nostalgic period defined by early sets, classic art, and simpler mechanics. Some early print runs included misaligned holo patterns, resulting in cards where the foil background didn't line up correctly with the artwork. Sometimes, the holo shifted too far to one side, creating unusual visual effects or incomplete coverage. While these weren't intentional, collectors later found them fascinating. Each misalignment told a story about the printing process and how early production methods weren't as refined as today's standards. What seemed like factory mistakes at the time eventually became charming quirks that added character. These slight imperfections now make certain copies unique, and many collectors enjoy searching for them. Factory crimped cards occur when a card accidentally gets caught in the sealing machine at the top or bottom of a booster pack. The result is a card with clear crimp marks pressed into the edge, something that wasn't supposed to happen but became surprisingly collectible. These errors show the mechanical side of card production, and each one is completely unique. Some collectors specifically hunt for crimped cards because they're a snapshot of the exact moment a printing machine grabbed onto them. While not intentionally rare, finding one still feels like discovering a little piece of TCG history frozen in time. Early theme decks often came with exclusive coins that weren't available anywhere else. These plastic or metal coins featured Pokémon designs, symbols, or set-themed artwork, making them fun extras for players and collectors. For many kids, the coin was just as exciting as the cards because it added a tactile piece to the game, something you could flip during battles or proudly display. Some coins became highly recognizable, appearing in schoolyards and local tournaments everywhere. Over time, these deck-exclusive coins gained nostalgic value, and many collectors now enjoy tracking down the different designs from across the early years. Holobleed is a printing quirk where the holofoil effect extends beyond its usual boundaries. Instead of the shine being limited to the background behind the Pokémon, light can spill into areas that were supposed to stay matte, such as the borders or text boxes. This creates a beautiful and sometimes dramatic effect that catches the eye. While it wasn't intentional, many collectors love Holobleed cards because they look unique and sometimes even more striking than regular holo versions. Today, they're sought after as interesting variations that capture the charm and unpredictability of early printing techniques. Before the internet made everything accessible, some Japanese magazines would include special mini-cards as bonuses for readers. These cards were often smaller than standard size, printed on glossy sheets, or uniquely designed to tie in with the magazine's content. Kids collected them not just as cards, but as fun extras tied to their monthly reading. These promotional inserts added excitement and helped expand the world of Pokémon beyond booster packs. Today, they are harder to find in good condition because many were handled casually, making them rare and interesting pieces of Pokémon history for dedicated collectors. In the early days, some promo cards didn't use a numbered system, making it difficult to track how many existed or where certain cards came from. These promos came from events, products, or special releases without the clear labeling used today. Collectors often relied on memory or community lists to keep track of everything. Over time, the hobby moved toward a standardized Black Star promo numbering format, but those early unnumbered promos still stand out. They represent a more experimental stage in the TCG's evolution, where distribution was less organized, but also full of charm and mystery. English Pokémon sets used first edition stamps up through Neo Destiny, marking the very first print run of each card. These stamps added a sense of exclusivity and excitement. Pulling a first edition card felt special, and collectors valued them more than unlimited versions. The stamp also helped identify which cards came from the earliest production wave. After Neo Destiny, the practice was discontinued, making those earlier first edition sets especially memorable. Today, the stamp remains one of the most iconic symbols from the hobby's beginnings, representing rarity, early print runs, and the excitement of opening fresh packs during the Wizards era. After Neo Destiny, English Pokémon sets stopped using first edition stamps completely. This marked the end of a major collecting tradition from the early era. The stamp had been a symbol of exclusivity and history, letting collectors know their card came from the very first print wave. Its removal simplified production, but also meant new sets no longer had that same chase element associated with first edition cards. For longtime fans, the earlier stamped sets feel like a nostalgic time capsule. Even today, collectors treasure those stamped versions as reminders of a unique period in Pokémon TCG history. Expedition, Aquapolis, and Skyridge introduced innovative e-reader dot codes along the edges of the cards, making them stand out visually and functionally. These codes gave the cards a futuristic look that fit perfectly with the early 2000s era of experimentation. They represented a moment when the TCG wasn't just about collecting, it was about interacting with technology in creative ways. The codes created a bridge between physical cards and digital gameplay, making these sets truly unique. Today, e-reader cards are remembered for their bold designs and their influence on later TCG digital integrations. Those e-reader codes weren't just for show. Players could scan them on a Game Boy Advance using the e-reader accessory to unlock mini-games, animations, and Pokédex entries tied to the card. It added a fun layer of interaction that made each card feel alive. Kids loved the novelty of swiping a card and watching something pop up on screen. Even though the technology didn't last long, it left a memorable impact. The experience blended trading cards with handheld gaming in a way that felt ahead of its time, and collectors still look back fondly on this creative experiment. Aquapolis was the largest of the e-reader sets, featuring a massive 186 cards, making it one of the most expansive early expansions ever released. Its size meant there were more artworks, more variety, and more hidden gems to discover. The set included unique and beautifully illustrated cards that showcased the more adventurous spirit of the e-reader era. Because of its large checklist and relatively limited print run, completing Aquapolis became a fun challenge for collectors. Many still consider it a visually stunning and ambitious set that pushed boundaries and set a high standard for creativity in the early 2000s TCG landscape. Skyridge introduced Crystal Pokémon, a special class of cards with shifting types that responded to the energy attached. These Pokémon stood out because they featured a unique border color, textured holofoil, and distinct artwork. They were rare, powerful, and visually striking, making them some of the most memorable chase cards in the entire era. Collectors admired their unusual mechanics and colorful designs. Because Skyridge had a limited print run, these crystal cards have grown even more iconic over time. They represent a perfect blend of creativity, mechanics, and artwork that still excites TCG fans today. Expedition also marked a design overhaul for the Pokémon TCG, featuring a new card layout with rounded corners and modernized elements. The artwork window grew larger, giving illustrations more breathing room, while text and icons became cleaner. This refreshed look paved the way for future card styles, blending nostalgia with updated visuals. It was a bold move that set the tone for the rest of the e-reader era. Today, the Expedition layout stands out as a milestone moment, an example of how the TCG evolves visually over time while still staying true to its roots. Legendary Collection brought back classic cards, but introduced a stunning new twist: Fireworks Reverse Holos. These reverse holo patterns were explosive, colorful, and incredibly eye-catching, covering the entire card in shimmering effects. For many collectors, these cards became instant favorites because of how dramatic and unique they looked. The reprinted classic Pokémon added nostalgia, while the flashy reverse holos added excitement. Even though Legendary Collection wasn't a huge expansion, its reverse holo variant left a lasting legacy. Today, these cards are known for their bold designs and are highly sought after by collectors who love standout artwork. Box toppers were another fun feature from the e-reader era. These oversized cards came sealed on top of booster boxes, offering a bonus collectible that you couldn't pull from regular packs. They often showcased beautiful full art illustrations, making them perfect display pieces. Because they were limited and tied directly to sealed product, they became special items for collectors. Many people remember the excitement of opening a new box and discovering which oversized card was included. Today, these box toppers feel like a charming and nostalgic addition that added personality to the sets of that time. Some Aquapolis cards have A/B variants, meaning there were two different versions with small printing differences or alternate e-reader data strips. These variations weren't heavily advertised, which made discovering them feel like uncovering hidden secrets within the set. Collectors later began documenting these differences, adding depth to the collecting experience. The existence of these variants highlights how experimental the e-reader era was, full of surprises, unique layouts, and subtle details. For collectors, finding both versions can feel like completing a hidden puzzle within the expansion, making them highly enjoyable to hunt down. The debut of Pokémon X in EX Ruby and Sapphire introduced a powerful new mechanic where certain Pokémon offered stronger abilities but came with a risk. When defeated, they awarded the opponent 2 prize cards. This higher risk, higher reward design added strategic depth to gameplay, forcing players to think more carefully about when and how to use their strongest Pokémon. The cards were visually distinctive, with bold artwork and unique formatting that set them apart. This new mechanic helped shape the entire EX era and created a foundation for future power-focused card types like GX, VMAX, and EX in later generations. Pokémon X cards were powerful, but they carried a major risk. If one was knocked out, the opponent took 2 prize cards instead of just 1. This created intense decision-making moments during battles. Using an X Pokémon could shift the momentum entirely in your favor, or backfire if it fainted at the wrong time. Players needed strong strategies and careful planning to make the most of these high-value cards. The added risk helped balance the power level and made matches more exciting. This mechanic set the stage for later variations like GX and VMAX, which continued the theme of high power with strategic trade-offs. When EX Fire Red and Leaf Green released, it reignited excitement by bringing back classic Kanto Pokémon from the original Red and Blue era. For many fans, this was a nostalgic throwback to the very beginning of their Pokémon journey. The set featured iconic favorites like Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur presented in modern card designs with updated artwork and mechanics. It blended old-school charm with new era polish, making it beloved by both longtime collectors and newer players. Opening packs from this set felt like revisiting childhood memories while experiencing a fresh wave of EX-era creativity and excitement. Delta species Pokémon introduced unique typing combinations that didn't always match the Pokémon's usual type. For example, you could find Electric-type Dragonite or Fire-type Tyranitar, breaking expectations and offering new gameplay dynamics. This unusual twist challenged players to build decks in creative ways and think beyond traditional type strengths and weaknesses. Visually, the cards often had distinctive borders and a stylized delta symbol, giving them a futuristic identity. These unexpected type shifts made Delta species cards stand out, and they remain a fascinating part of the EX era's experimentation and imaginative approach to design. Gold Star Pokémon appeared in EX Team Rocket Returns and continued into later sets, instantly becoming some of the most sought-after cards in the entire TCG. These cards featured shiny versions of Pokémon, highlighted by the small gold star symbol next to the name. The artwork often showcased dynamic poses or dramatic scenes, making every gold star feel special. Their rarity and stunning design made them extremely desirable among collectors, and many still consider them among the greatest chase cards ever printed. Pulling a gold star wasn't just exciting, it was a moment fans remembered for years. Gold star cards were incredibly difficult to pull, averaging about 1 per booster box. This low pull rate added excitement and tension every time someone opened a pack from the EX era, because you could open an entire box and still not get the specific gold star you wanted. These cards instantly became treasures. Their scarcity also meant that well-preserved gold star cards remained valuable long after their release. For many collectors, the challenge of finding them made the hunt even more rewarding. The combination of rarity, shiny artwork, and unique design cemented their legacy in the hobby. EX Deoxys included some of the most iconic gold stars ever released, including highly prized cards like Gold Star Rayquaza, Latias, and Latios. These cards are known for their bold poses, dramatic composition, and unforgettable artwork. Rayquaza, in particular, became one of the most famous gold stars, commanding high attention from collectors worldwide. The set's space-themed aesthetic fit perfectly with the legendary Pokémon it featured. Opening packs from EX Deoxys felt thrilling because there was always a chance, however small, of pulling one of these legendary chase cards. Even today, EX Deoxys is considered a collector's dream set. POP series packs were special mini-sets given as rewards for participating in the Pokémon Organized Play League. These packs usually contained only a few cards, but sometimes included rare or desirable ones. They encouraged players to attend events, build community, and stay active in the game. Unlike regular booster packs, POP packs weren't available in stores, making them feel exclusive. Kids who attended leagues felt a sense of pride earning them, and collectors eventually sought them out for their special contents. The POP series added a fun, rewarding layer to active participation in the Pokémon TCG scene. Pop Series 5 became especially famous because it contained two incredibly rare Gold Star cards, Umbreon and Espeon. These cards had some of the lowest available print numbers for Gold Stars, making them extremely difficult to obtain. Since POP packs had limited distribution and fewer cards per pack, the odds of pulling either Gold Star were unbelievably slim. Over time, Umbreon and Espeon Gold Stars grew into legendary collector items, cherished for their rarity, beautiful artwork, and deep connection to the POP reward system. Even today, they remain some of the most valuable and iconic cards in Pokémon TCG history. Prime cards from the Heart Gold and Soul Silver era stood out with their close-up portraits of Pokémon, emphasizing expressions, details, and personality. These cards used thick, textured borders and glossy effects that gave them a distinct visual identity. The strong, almost glowing look of the Prime cards made them instantly recognizable in a binder. They brought an energetic and vivid style to the era, appealing to players and collectors who loved bold designs. Although they weren't part of the game for very long, Prime cards left a memorable impact, and many fans still appreciate their unique aesthetic. Legend cards were an exciting experiment in the Heart Gold and Soul Silver era, split across two separate card halves. To play the full Pokémon, you needed both pieces, one card for the top half and one for the bottom. When placed together, they formed a single dramatic full art image featuring powerful Pokémon like Lugia, Ho-Oh, or Raikou and Entei. The puzzle-like nature of these cards made them fun to collect, display, and play. The oversized artwork and combined visuals turned them into miniature posters within the TCG, making legend cards a striking and innovative part of the game's evolution. To use legend cards in gameplay, you needed both halves of the card, which made them feel special and different from anything seen before. Collectors enjoyed the challenge of hunting down the matching piece, and players appreciated the dramatic reveal when both halves were finally placed together on the field. The combined artwork created a striking panoramic image, giving legend cards a larger-than-life feel. This mechanic encouraged creativity and added a puzzle-like element to collecting. Even though the format didn't continue beyond the HG/SS era, The concept remains one of the most visually interesting experiments the TCG ever introduced. Rising Rivals brought in SP Pokémon, special versions tied to particular trainers, like Cynthia's Garchomp or Flint's Infernape. These cards weren't just alternate artworks, they represented Pokémon trained by specific characters in the Pokémon world. Adding that narrative detail made the cards feel more personal and connected to the broader universe. SP Pokémon often had unique strategies and support cards, giving them a strong presence in competitive play. The themed approach added personality to the set and made decks feel more character-driven. SP Pokémon remain a memorable highlight from the Platinum era, offering a fresh and creative gameplay style. The Heart Gold and Soul Silver sets brought back classic energy symbols and styling, blending nostalgia with updated artwork. These redesigned energies had a soft, glowing aesthetic, giving them a clean and elegant look. They paid tribute to the earliest days of the TCG while feeling fresh and modern. Many players loved this return to familiar energy designs because it created visual continuity between past and present sets. The HG/SS era balanced old and new extremely well, and the energy cards were a perfect example of that thoughtful design approach. Their polished look still stands out among the various energy styles used over the years. Victory medals were awarded to players who performed well in official tournaments, adding a sense of accomplishment and prestige to competitive play. These medals weren't just decorative, they came in the form of collectible cards featuring Pikachu and tournament-specific details. Receiving one felt like a badge of honor that recognized a player's skill and dedication. Because they weren't found in booster packs, owning a victory medal showed a level of involvement in the organized play scene. Collectors value them not just for rarity, but for what they represent, real competitive achievements and memorable moments in Pokémon TCG history. Full art cards made their debut during this era and instantly caught the attention of collectors. Instead of confining artwork to a smaller window, full art cards filled the entire card with color and illustration. This shift created an immersive, visually dramatic experience. These cards often featured intricate textures, giving them a tactile feel that stood out from standard prints. The bold presentation highlighted the beauty of the artwork and elevated the collecting experience. Full art cards quickly became favorites because they brought an artistic, premium quality to the TCG, and they remain a staple of modern sets that fans always look forward to. These early full art designs often included raised, textured surfaces that made the cards feel almost sculpted. Running your fingers over the texture became part of the appeal, giving full arts a luxurious quality. The texture also helped the artwork stand out in a binder or collection display. This extra layer of detail enhanced the card's identity and set it apart from standard holos. Texturing later became a signature feature of many rare card types, further shaping how premium cards look and feel. These early textured cards laid the foundation for modern full art aesthetics and helped define the visual evolution of the TCG. Some early secret rare cards in this era included shiny Pokémon versions, surprising collectors with unexpected color variations. These shiny versions often appeared as alternate color palettes of familiar Pokémon, making them instantly eye-catching. The rarity combined with the shiny appeal made these secret rares extremely popular. Because shiny Pokémon were special within the games, seeing them in card form created an exciting crossover moment for fans. These secret rares added an extra chase element to opening packs and set the tone for future sets that would heavily embrace shiny variants, especially in collections like Hidden Fates and Shining Legends. Boundaries Crossed introduced Ace Specs, powerful one-per-deck trainer cards that dramatically boosted strategies. These items had striking holographic borders and bold designs, instantly signaling their importance. Because you could only include one Ace Spec in your entire deck, choosing the right one became a key strategic decision. Ace Specs added depth to gameplay and rewarded players who understood how to build efficient, focused strategies. Their dramatic effects and distinctive presentation made them memorable, and even though they only appeared in specific sets, their impact on deck building was long-lasting. Ace Specs remain a beloved and unique mechanic from the black and white era. Team Plasma sets brought a bold visual theme to the Pokémon TCG, with blue borders and icy electric accents framing the artwork. These sets emphasized Team Plasma's identity through symbols, trainer cards, and Pokémon variants with plasma branding. The unified aesthetic created a sense of cohesion and world building, making the cards feel like they belonged to a specific storyline. The blue borders stood out dramatically compared to standard card designs, drawing attentions in binders and decks. This thematic style made the Plasma era instantly recognizable and added personality to the sets, making them especially appealing to collectors who appreciate distinct visual identity. Around this era, elite trainer boxes began appearing, offering players and collectors a premium package containing booster packs, sleeves, dice, counters, and exclusive artwork. They quickly became a fan favorite due to their neatly organized contents and collectible designs. ETBs made it easier for new players to get started while giving dedicated collectors a convenient way to store cards and accessories. Their high-quality packaging and themed art turned them into display pieces as well. Over time, elite trainer boxes became a staple of major set releases, marking an important milestone in the evolution of Pokémon TCG products and presentation. Kadabra mysteriously disappeared from Pokémon cards after 2003 due to a long-running legal dispute involving claims about the character's likeness. For many years, Kadabra simply wasn't printed in any official TCG sets, leaving a noticeable gap in evolution lines that included Abra and Alakazam. Players and collectors often wondered if Kadabra would ever return, and the absence became one of the longest-running mysteries in the hobby. Entire generations of sets passed without a single Kadabra card. This disappearance became an iconic part of TCG history, remembered as one of the strangest and most unusual card droughts ever seen. After 2 decades of absence, Kadabra finally returned in 2023 with the release of Pokémon 151, a set celebrating the original Kanto Pokémon. The return marked a historic moment for collectors, especially those familiar with the dispute that kept the card out of print for so long. Fans celebrated the comeback, and the new artwork felt like a symbolic reunion between players and a character they hadn't seen in card form since the early 2000s. Kadabra's reappearance was more than just a card release. It was a nostalgic moment that connected the past and present of the TCG. The XY base set introduced the fairy type to the Pokémon TCG expanding the game's typing system and bringing new mechanics to match. Fairy-type cards were often linked to healing, support abilities, and colorful pastel designs that stood out visually. The type added new weaknesses and resistances into gameplay, reshaping strategies and shifting older matchups. Collectors enjoyed the new energy symbol and the soft, elegant aesthetic of fairy-type cards. Although the type was eventually removed years later, its introduction during XY has added freshness and variety, making it an important part of the TCG's evolving history and visual identity. Flashfire became known as the Charizard set because of how heavily it focused on the iconic Fire-type Pokémon. Multiple Charizard versions appeared, including powerful EX cards and striking artworks that quickly captured collectors' attention. The set's theme revolved around fire and intense visuals, creating a high-energy atmosphere. Because Charizard is one of the most beloved and nostalgic Pokémon, demand for Flashfire packs has skyrocketed over time. Opening Flashfire became a thrilling chase, especially for anyone hoping to pull one of the highly sought-after Charizard cards. The set's fiery identity made it unforgettable among XY-era expansions. Phantom Forces brought the famous Night March deck to the spotlight, a fast, aggressive strategy built around Joltik, Pumpkaboo, and Lampent. What made Night March iconic was its surprising power. These small, unassuming Pokémon could hit incredibly hard based on how many Night Marchers were in the discard pile. The deck challenged traditional ideas about what strong cards should look like and became a tournament staple. Players loved its explosive potential, creative combos, and unpredictable matchups. Phantom Forces became remembered as the set that introduced one of the most influential and entertaining decks in competitive TCG history. Break cards offered a fresh twist with their horizontal gold designs layered over standard Pokémon cards. These break evolutions transformed familiar Pokémon into glowing golden versions with enhanced abilities. The horizontal format made the cards visually striking, breaking away from traditional layouts. Collectors enjoyed the shimmering gold aesthetic, which gave the cards a powerful, mythical appearance. Break cards brought a new dimension to deck building, offering additional evolution options that expanded gameplay possibilities. Their unusual design ensured they stood out, making them one of the most memorable features of the XY era. Break evolutions were placed sideways on the field during gameplay, adding a fun and unconventional visual twist. Instead of covering the previous Pokémon completely, break cards layered on top, creating a stacked, hybrid card look. This mechanic allowed Pokémon to retain abilities from earlier stages while gaining new powers, making break strategies flexible and dynamic. The sideways placement made the cards instantly recognizable, and the golden borders gave them a flashy presence during matches. While the mechanic eventually faded out, break evolutions remain a unique and creative experiment that added visual flair and tactical depth to the XY era. Ancient traits were another creative element introduced during the XY era, giving certain Pokémon special abilities printed prominently above the artwork. These traits often enhanced gameplay by offering benefits like immunity to certain effects, additional actions, or improved attacks. Their placement above the artwork helped them stand out visually and communicate their importance. Ancient traits created new strategic layers without overwhelming players, blending simplicity with effective design. They added personality and depth to the Pokémon they appeared on, making the cards feel more unique and exciting. Although short-lived, ancient traits left a distinctive mark on competitive and casual play alike. GX Pokémon arrived with dramatic once-per-game GX attacks, powerful moves capable of turning a match around in a single moment. Each GX card came with a unique ability that players could only use one time per game, regardless of how many GX Pokémon they played. This rule added strategy and tension, forcing players to think carefully about when to unleash their strongest move. GX cards featured bold layouts and striking artwork, giving them a premium feel. Their introduction marked a new era of high-impact gameplay, with battles often hinging on the precise timing of a single GX attack. Rainbow Rare cards introduced a stunning visual twist with prismatic full-body foil treatments that shimmered across the entire card. These rainbow-colored versions evolved from the full art style, adding extra layers of texture and shine that made them look almost magical. The swirling rainbow effect gave each card a vibrant, dreamlike quality, making them highly collectible. Their rarity and striking appearance made Rainbow Rares some of the most desirable chase cards in many Sun and Moon sets. Even as the TCG evolved, Rainbow Rares remained a symbol of premium card design, marking an era of bold and colorful creativity. Ultra Prism introduced the mysterious Ultra Beasts into the Pokémon TCG, bringing cards inspired by the otherworldly creatures introduced in the Sun and Moon games. These Pokémon had unusual designs, strange abilities, and a unique visual tone that made them instantly recognizable. Their presence gave the set a feeling of exploring unknown dimensions and bending the rules of normal Pokémon mechanics. Many Ultra Beast cards featured bright colors and bold artwork that stood out dramatically in binders. The addition of these powerful and alien-like creatures helped Ultra Prism feel fresh, distinct, and full of surprises, making it a memorable expansion. Hidden Fates created massive excitement with the introduction of shiny vault cards, turning the set into one of the biggest modern hits. The shiny vault featured alternate color versions of popular Pokémon, making the hunt feel thrilling and unpredictable. Opening Hidden Fates packs became an event in itself, with collectors chasing shiny versions of fan favorites like Charizard, Mewtwo, and the Evolutions. The set combined nostalgia, rarity, and beautiful artwork, attracting collectors of all ages. Hidden Fates stands out as a moment when the TCG captured lightning in a bottle, blending hype, beauty, and excitement into one unforgettable release. Shiny Vault cards were instantly recognizable thanks to their white backgrounds decorated with sparkles, creating a clean and brilliant look that contrasted with standard card designs. This unique presentation made the shiny Pokémon pop visually, highlighting their alternate colors in a dramatic way. The crisp white space gave the artwork room to breathe, making each card feel like a premium collectible. This aesthetic choice helped shiny vault cards become incredibly popular, further fueling the excitement around Hidden Fates. Their minimalist yet striking design made them standout highlights within the modern TCG era and ensured they remained highly sought after. Champion's Path became known for its chase cards, especially the shiny Charizard Vase. Because the set featured limited pack options, mostly available through special boxes, every product felt like a chance at something big. The shiny Charizard 5 stood out thanks to its sleek black and silver design, making it one of the most eye-catching modern Charizard cards. Collectors opened box after box, hoping to find it, creating huge excitement around the set. Even though Champion's Path had a smaller card pool compared to larger expansions, the Charizard Chase made it unforgettable and highly collectible among TCG fans. Vivid Voltage introduced amazing rares, vibrant cards featuring legendary and mythical Pokémon surrounded by splashed rainbow patterns. These cards had a hand-painted artistic style, with colors spilling outside the borders in a way that looked energetic and chaotic, but beautifully controlled. Each amazing rare felt like a miniature piece of artwork rather than just a trading card. Their bold, colorful designs quickly made them fan favorites, and the combination of rarity and beauty ensured they became memorable chase cards. Vivid Voltage stood out for its creativity, and amazing rares helped define the set's artistic identity in a big way. The Sword and Shield era introduced cleaner, more streamlined layouts that modernized the TCG's visual style. Borders became more refined, fonts clearer, and card frames more organized. These improvements made information easier to read and artwork more prominent. By refining the look, the Sword and Shield sets struck a balance between simplicity and sophistication. Collectors appreciated the updated visuals because they felt fresh yet familiar, offering a polished and modern take on the TCG design. This clean aesthetic helped define the entire era and set the stage for later expansions to continue evolving the card layout. Battle styles introduced the rapid strike and single strike mechanic, inspired by martial arts themes and tied closely to the lore of Urshifu. Single strike cards emphasized powerful, decisive attacks, while rapid strike cards focused on flexible strategies and multi-step setups. These two styles created a new layer of deck-building choices, giving players distinct paths to explore. Each strike style came with its own support cards, creating synergy and identity within the sets. The mechanic added flavor and thematic depth, making battle styles feel fresh and strategic. This dual strike system remains one of the defining innovations of early Sword and Shield. Evolving Skies became a modern fan favorite, largely thanks to its focus on evolutions and stunning alternate art cards. The set featured numerous Val and VMAX versions of beloved Pokémon like Umbreon, Sylveon, and Espeon, all showcased in breathtaking, highly detailed artwork. These cards ignited excitement among collectors because of their beauty and rarity. The set's pull rates made every opening session feel suspenseful, and demand for Evolving Skies skyrocketed over time. Its focus on popular Pokémon, combined with exceptional art, made it one of the standout sets of the Sword and Shield era. Brilliant Stars introduced V-Star Pokémon, a new evolution type with powerful once-per-game V-Star powers. These abilities offered strategic depth and gave players game-changing options in the later stages of a battle. V-Star cards featured strong artwork, textured foil patterns, and a clean white and gold aesthetic that made them feel premium. Their arrival added a fresh layer of complexity to the TCG, offering a bridge between the raw power of VMAX cards and a more tactical approach. Brilliant Stars became known for balancing fun gameplay with collectible appeal, making V-Star cards a major highlight. The Pokémon Go set added a playful twist with peel-off Ditto cards. Some cards in the set appeared as normal commons, but underneath a removable sticker lay a hidden Ditto card. This interactive feature delighted collectors and players alike, combining surprise, nostalgia, and creativity in one clever idea. Peeling the sticker revealed the iconic pink Pokémon smiling beneath, making it a memorable experience unique to this crossover set. It became a standout gimmick that perfectly captured the fun spirit of both Pokémon GO and the TCG, turning simple cards into interactive collectibles. Lost Origin brought back the Lost Zone mechanic, a unique gameplay feature that removes cards from normal circulation. Instead of discarding them, they're placed in a special lost area where they can't be retrieved, adding intensity and strategic pressure to matches. Cards interacting with the Lost Zone often had swirling cosmic designs that visually separated them from regular cards. This mechanic created new strategies, forcing players to think differently about resource management. Its return brought excitement to the TCG community, reminding longtime fans of earlier sets while offering fresh combinations and competitive depth for modern players. Crown Zenith closed the Sword and Shield era with a premium style release filled with standout artwork, special variants, and a celebration of everything the era had built. Featuring the Galarian Gallery with stunning full art scenes and highly collectible alternate art cards, Crown Zenith felt like a grand finale. Instead of a standard booster box release, it arrived through special products, making each purchase feel curated and exciting. With its strong focus on visual storytelling and premium presentation, Crown Zenith became a beloved send-off, marking the end of an era with style, artistry, and a sense of completion. The transition from yellow card borders to gray worldwide marked a big visual shift in the Pokémon TCG. Yellow borders had been a defining characteristic of English cards for decades, so changing them was bold but refreshing. The new gray borders offered a sleek, modern look that aligned English cards with Japanese print styles, creating a unified global identity. The silver-like appearance helped artwork stand out more clearly and gave cards a premium feel. While some longtime collectors felt nostalgic for the old borders, many embraced the cleaner, more polished design that symbolized the evolving style of the TCG. Rarity symbols were unified to match Japan's system, simplifying the visual language of the Pokémon TCG across regions. This streamlined approach made it easier for players around the world to understand the rarity of each card at a glance. By aligning the systems, the TCG became more consistent and user-friendly, especially for collectors who follow both English and Japanese releases. The updated symbols also fit well with the modern card layout, reinforcing the cleaner aesthetic introduced in the Scarlet and Violet era. This change marked a step toward a more cohesive global presentation that improved readability and design harmony. Illustration rares brought a new level of artistic depth to the TCG. These cards often featured full-scene artwork that captured the Pokémon in environments filled with personality, emotion, and storytelling. Instead of classic battle poses or standard backgrounds, illustration rares offered cozy settings, atmospheric landscapes, and rich detail that felt almost like miniature paintings. They quickly became collector favorites because each card told a unique story. These art-driven designs helped expand the creative direction of the TCG, giving artists more room to express style and emotion. Their arrival signaled a beautiful evolution in card presentation. Special illustration rares took the concept even further, offering even more intricate and immersive artwork that stretched across the entire card. These cards often had layered backgrounds, dynamic poses, and cinematic scenes that felt alive. The exceptional detail made them highly desirable chase cards, and their rarity added to the excitement of opening packs. Special illustration rares celebrated the artistic talents behind the TCG, highlighting the creativity and skill of the illustrators. Their introduction elevated the visual quality of the game and helped define the new era with cards that felt luxurious, expressive, and collectible. The return of EX Pokémon brought crystal-like textures and bold, colorful designs that instantly stood out. These EX cards used a glimmering effect across the artwork, giving them a jewel-like shine that felt nostalgic yet fresh. They combined familiar EX mechanics with modern presentation, creating a bridge between older and newer TCG styles. Players appreciated their straightforward power and elegant layouts, while collectors admired the vibrant, glossy finish. The crystal texture helped EX cards feel premium and distinct, marking their return as a stylish and exciting highlight of the Scarlet and Violet era. Regulation marks became the new standard for determining a card's legality in competitive play. Instead of rotating by set or block, the TCG switched to alphabet-based marks printed on the bottom corner of cards. This made it easier for players and organizers to understand which cards were allowed in tournaments without memorizing release timelines. The system improved clarity and organization, bringing a sense of structure to yearly format changes. Regulation marks helped streamline competitive play and simplified the rotation process, making it more accessible for both seasoned players and newcomers. Rainbow Rares, once a defining chase card of the Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield eras, were discontinued with the shift to Scarlet and Violet. While many collectors loved their swirling, prismatic foil effects and colorful gradients, the decision opened space for new rarity styles, like illustration rares and special illustration rares. Removing rainbow rares also contributed to a cleaner visual identity in modern sets. Their legacy remains strong, as many collectors still cherish them, but their retirement marked a turning point in the TCG's evolving design direction. Trainer gallery-style artwork continued in the new era, though in a refreshed form that blended seamlessly with illustration rares. These cards highlight moments between Pokémon and their trainers, showcasing character interactions and emotional storytelling. Fans enjoy these designs because they expand the world of Pokémon beyond battles, capturing daily life, friendships, and unique personalities. Trainer gallery cards became a beloved way to spotlight connections that aren't always shown in main set artwork. Their continuation in updated formats ensures that the TCG retains a warm, narrative-driven visual identity alongside competitive and collectible elements. The No Damage Ninetales is one of the most famous base set error cards because it's missing the attack damage for Fire Blast. Instead of displaying the usual 80, the damage section is simply blank, creating a mysterious and striking visual oddity. Because errors weren't identified or valued at the time, many of these cards ended up in decks, binders, or collections without protection. Over the years, it became a collector favorite, a perfect example of how mistakes in early print runs can turn into legendary treasures. Its quirky appearance makes it instantly recognizable and beloved in the error card community. Ancient Mew is one of the most iconic promo cards ever released, but it was banned in official play because its text was written entirely in stylized runic characters. Players couldn't easily read its attacks or effects, making it impossible to use within tournament rules. Still, the card became a collector's dream, featuring holographic patterns and mystical energy that gave it a unique identity. Ancient Mew feels more like an art piece than a traditional card. Despite being unplayable, its beauty and mysterious aesthetic turned it into a nostalgic symbol for anyone who watched the early Pokémon movies. Pre-release Raichu remains one of the most debated cards in TCG history. Stories have circulated for years claiming that a small number were accidentally printed with a pre-release stamp, but no official confirmation or mass release has ever been proven. Some say the card exists only as an internal test print. Others believe a handful escaped into the public. Its uncertain origin has turned it into a legend, with collectors endlessly discussing whether genuine copies exist. This mysterious status gives pre-release Raichu its aura, not just as a card, but as a piece of TCG folklore. Misaligned cuts can lead to off-center cards, often called OC variants, by grading companies. When machines cut sheets unevenly, borders can appear thicker on one side and thinner on the other. While this might seem like a flaw, many collectors enjoy the character these imperfections add. Severe miscuts can result in dramatic shifts, including slivers of neighboring cards appearing along the edges. These quirks make each card unique, turning what should have been production mistakes into collectible oddities. OC cards give insight into the manufacturing process and show how small variations create big visual differences. Square-cut cards occasionally appear when test sheets or uncut sheets are handled differently during production. Instead of the usual rounded corners, these cards have sharp square edges, giving them a distinct and unusual appearance. Most square-cut cards were never intended for circulation, but a few found their way into collections through staff members, special releases, or accidents. Their unusual shape grabs attention instantly, and collectors cherish them for their rarity and connection to the printing process. Square-cut cards feel like behind-the-scenes glimpses into the TCG's manufacturing world, preserving a moment of experimentation or early testing in card history. Mistakes in printing or assembly can sometimes lead to cards with blank backs or missing text. These errors occur when sheets pass through the printing stages incorrectly, skipping crucial layers, or being fed in reverse. The result is a card that looks unfinished or incomplete, something that immediately stands out when you flip it over. While rare, those mistakes are fascinating because they reveal how many steps go into making a single card. Collectors enjoy these oddities because each one tells a unique story. Even though they were unintentional, missing text or blank back cards feel like little windows into the factory floor. Hollow foil patterns often include swirl shapes, and collectors love these natural variations. Swirls occur when the embossed foil layer forms a circular reflective pattern, creating captivating bursts of light that shift as you move the card. Some collectors specifically hunt for swirl placement, especially near a Pokémon's face or focal point. Swirls add personality to otherwise identical cards, making each holo slightly unique. Their presence can even increase desirability. The charm of swirls lies in their unpredictability. No two holos shine exactly the same way, and finding a perfect swirl feels like discovering a hidden gem. Double swirls, when two swirl patterns appear on the same card, are even rarer and highly sought after. The double swirl effect looks magical, as if two galaxies are spinning within the holofoil. Collectors love the exaggerated shine and motion these patterns produce. Because swirl placement is random and unintentional, double swirls become prized treasures, making certain cards stand out dramatically from typical versions. Their rarity and visual appeal mean they're often displayed proudly, and fans enjoy hunting for them in older holo cards. Double swirls elevate the charm of holo patterns to another level. Holo foil sheets are printed separately from the main card ink layers, revealing just how complex the production process is. First, the foil pattern is prepared on specialized material. Then ink layers, artwork, and text are printed on top. This multi-step approach ensures that holo effects shine brightly and consistently. Understanding this process explains why holo misprints happen. Even one small alignment issue can create unique variations. The separation of foil and ink layers also contributes to the depth and vibrancy collectors love. It's this careful craftsmanship that makes holo cards look so magical. Texturing on full art cards is applied during an additional print process that embosses raised patterns across the card surface. This step gives full arts their premium feel, making them tactile and visually interesting. The textures catch light in intricate ways, highlighting different parts of the artwork as the card moves. Each card type has its own signature texture pattern, creating variety while maintaining consistency. Collectors enjoy feeling the textured surfaces because it adds a second dimension to the artwork, not just visual, but physical. This detailed finishing process is a big part of why full art cards feel luxurious and special. McDonald's has released multiple waves of Pokémon promos over the years, often tied to Happy Meals or special events. These cards usually feature a mix of starters, fan favorites, and themed artwork that appeals to younger audiences while delighting collectors. The promos often include unique holofoil patterns exclusive to the McDonald's sets, making them instantly recognizable. For many kids, these promo cards were their first introduction to the TCG, creating fun memories of collecting during a fast food visit. Despite being distributed widely, some promotions became surprisingly collectible, especially complete sets or well-preserved holo versions from earlier years. Jumbo cards are oversized versions of standard Pokémon cards, often included in special boxes or promotional releases. While they're not tournament legal, they're popular display pieces thanks to their large artwork and dramatic presence. Collectors enjoy the oversized format because it showcases the full design in a bold, eye-catching way. Jumbo cards add personality to a collection, and some feature exclusive artwork not found in standard size versions. Their larger size makes them great for framing, decorating shelves, or using as centerpiece items. Even though they're purely collectible, jumbo cards have become a fun and recognizable part of Pokémon product releases. Pokémon movie promos often came with gold-stamped logos that added a special flair to the cards, marking them as tied to specific films or events. These stamps made the cards feel commemorative, turning them into time-stamped pieces of TCG history. Fans who attended the movies would leave not only with memories of the film, but also with a collectible that celebrated the occasion. Over time, these stamped promos gained nostalgic value because they served as souvenirs of Pokemon's early cinematic releases. Their unique markings and elegant presentation keep them highly appealing to fans who cherish both the games and the movies. Plus, World Championship decks are printed with unique card backs, instantly marking them as non-standard and distinguishing them from regular cards. Those championship decks replicate the exact lists used by top competitive players from that year's Worlds event. Their special backs allow collectors and fans to enjoy competitive strategies without affecting tournament play. The decks offer a snapshot of the meta at the highest level, making them educational and fun for players who want to learn proven tactics. Their unique appearance creates a collectible niche, celebrating high-level competition and honoring the best players in the Pokémon TCG community. Championship decks aren't legal in official tournaments due to their distinctive backs, which would make them easy to spot during gameplay. However, this doesn't diminish their value to players and collectors. They offer an affordable way to experience powerful decks used by world champions, giving fans a chance to replay iconic strategies. For casual play, these decks are perfect for learning mechanics, practicing matchups, or studying card synergy. Their legality status helps maintain fairness in tournaments, while still providing a fun and accessible way for players to explore competitive level deck building outside official events. Victory Cups were another type of tournament reward awarded to players who excelled in Pokémon TCG competitions. These cards featured trophy-style artwork, often with Pikachu holding a prize or posing triumphantly. They came in different tiers, bronze, silver, and gold, representing increasing levels of accomplishment. Receiving a Victory Cup meant you had performed extremely well in official play, making them badges of honor. Because they were awarded directly to players, they were never widely circulated, giving them rarity and prestige. Today, Victory Cups serve as treasured reminders of competitive success and dedication to the game. Some Pokémon sets included exclusive promo packs that were available only through specific stores, events, or regions. These mini packs often contained unique variations, alternate artworks, or special cards that weren't found in the main set. The exclusivity made them desirable among collectors who enjoy finding rare, location-based items. Promo packs added an element of adventure to collecting, encouraging players to attend events or visit certain retailers. Over time, these packs became treasured items because they represented limited-time opportunities or special collaborations. Their rarity and unique contents make them stand out in any collection. Pokémon Center releases frequently include exclusive box designs, making them highly collectible. These boxes often feature premium artwork, themed accessories, and special packaging you can't find anywhere else. The Pokémon Center brand adds an extra layer of authenticity and prestige, turning even simple products into display-worthy items. Fans love the attention to detail, unique sleeves, decorative dividers, and exclusive promo cards often included inside. Collecting Pokémon Center releases can become its own hobby, especially because some designs are produced in limited quantities. These special boxes feel like deluxe versions of standard products, elevating the collecting experience. Alternate art cards gained popularity because they show wide landscapes, creative scenes, or unique perspectives that differ from standard card layouts. Instead of focusing only on the Pokemon's pose, these cards depict environments, moods, and storytelling moments that bring each character to life. The expanded artwork offers emotional depth and artistic flair, making alternate arts stand out in binders. Many collectors connect deeply with these designs because they capture moments of personality or serene beauty. Alternate art cards transform the collecting experience by blending creativity with rarity, making them some of the most sought-after modern pulls. Full art trainer cards quickly became fan favorites because they highlight beloved characters from the Pokémon world in bold, expressive portraits. These cards showcase trainers in iconic poses or beautifully illustrated scenes, giving them personality and charm. Collectors appreciate them for their vivid designs, textured finishes, and connection to the characters who guide and inspire Pokémon trainers in the games. Full art trainers often feel more human and emotional than standard Pokémon cards, offering a different type of collectible appeal. Their strong presence and artistic flair have made them highly desirable in nearly every set since their introduction. Some gold cards in the Pokémon TCG depict items or stadiums instead of Pokémon, giving essential gameplay elements a luxurious and premium appearance. These gold versions transform simple tools into visually striking collectibles, making them feel powerful and legendary. Their metallic shine and intricate detailing elevate cards that might otherwise be overlooked. Pulling a gold item or stadium feels special because it combines strategic importance with artistic flair. These cards remind players that every part of the game, not just the Pokémon themselves, contributes to competitive success. The gold treatment turns even utility cards into centerpiece-worthy treasures. Gold cards achieve their shimmering, metallic appearance through specialized pigments mixed into foil layers. This combination creates the dynamic shine that shifts with light and adds depth to the artwork. The metallic pigments reflect differently depending on angle, giving gold cards a premium high-value look. This multi-step printing process requires precision, which is why gold cards often feel more detailed and durable. Collectors love how these cards stand out in binders, glowing with rich, reflective tones. Their unique printing method makes them instantly recognizable and adds an extra layer of craftsmanship to the TCG. Energy cards have been redesigned more than 10 times across the TCG's history, each era bringing its own interpretation of the classic symbols. Some designs focused on simplicity with clean shapes and soft gradients, while others used bolder colors and sharper contrasts. Each redesign reflects the artistic direction of the era, matching the tone of the sets and game mechanics. Even though they seem basic, energy cards carry a lot of personality. Their evolving style highlights how the TCG adapts visually to stay fresh and modern. Collectors often enjoy comparing different energy designs to see how the game has changed over time. The Pokémon TCG card back has only changed once since 1996, making it one of the most consistent visual identifiers in trading card history. That familiar blue swirl design with the Pokéball in the center has become iconic. It represents decades of gameplay and collecting, instantly recognizable to fans worldwide. Keeping the card back consistent helps preserve continuity between generations of cards. Even as artwork, layouts, and mechanics evolve, that shared card back connects everything together. It serves as a bridge between childhood memories and new releases, reinforcing the timeless nature of the Pokémon TCG. Japanese card backs differ from English card backs, featuring a slightly different layout and more vibrant colors. The Japanese design has a cleaner, more centered aesthetic with subtle differences in coloration and text placement. These variations make Japanese cards instantly recognizable and often considered visually appealing by collectors. The differing backs also mean Japanese and English cards can't be mixed in certain tournament formats, preserving clarity during gameplay. For many fans, the Japanese card back represents tradition and artistic refinement. Its distinct look has become a defining characteristic of the Japanese TCG experience. English Pokémon card backs can vary slightly in shade between different print runs due to changes in ink, paper stock, or printing facilities. Sometimes the blue background appears darker or lighter, and subtle differences can even occur within the same set. While these variations don't affect gameplay, collectors sometimes enjoy identifying print differences as part of the deeper card collecting hobby. These shifts highlight the complexity of mass production and how every detail, even the back of a card, can differ between runs. These tiny changes are reminders that each card is a product of many steps and variables. Illustration styles in the Pokémon TCG constantly evolve as artists experiment with new techniques, colors, and perspectives. Some eras emphasize bold, dynamic poses, while others highlight softer, atmospheric scenes. This continuous evolution gives each generation of cards a distinct personality. The diversity of art styles adds richness to the TCG, helping it feel fresh and engaging year after year. Collectors often love identifying their favorite eras or illustrators based on the visual tone. The changing styles reflect both artistic trends and the expanding creative freedom given to TCG illustrators. Some Pokémon TCG artists have contributed hundreds of artworks over the years, shaping the visual identity of the game. Their styles become instantly recognizable, whether through bold lines, dreamy watercolor techniques, or detailed realism. Dedicated fans sometimes collect cards solely based on their favorite artist, appreciating the unique flair each illustrator brings. These artists help define the tone of each era, making the TCG not just a game, but a shared canvas of creativity. Their dedication and distinct voice have turned the card art into a beloved form of collectible art. Pikachu has appeared in over 200 different card artworks, making it one of the most frequently illustrated Pokémon in the TCG. As the franchise mascot, Pikachu shows up across countless sets, promo releases, special editions, and theme decks. The wide variety of poses, expressions, and styles shows the versatility of the character. From cute and playful designs to action-packed and intense poses, Pikachu's artwork reflects the evolution of the TCG. Collectors enjoy seeing how different artists interpret the iconic electric mouse, making Pikachu cards a fun and nostalgic subset of any collection. Charizard remains one of the most collected Pokémon in the TCG, consistently appearing as a high-value chase card in multiple sets. Its popularity comes from a mix of nostalgia, power, and iconic design. Whether it's a classic holo, a full art EX, a rainbow rare, or an alternate art masterpiece, Charizard cards often become instant highlights. Collectors worldwide seek out its best versions, and pulling one from a pack is always a memorable moment. Charizard's fiery personality and legendary status help it hold its place as a centerpiece of the Pokémon TCG, generation after generation. Evolutions consistently receive attention across sets because they're some of the most beloved Pokémon in the entire franchise. Each evolution, Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon, Espeon, Umbreon, Lafeon, Glaceon, and Sylveon, has its own charm and personality. Artists love illustrating them, and collectors love chasing their cards. From alternate arts to VMAX forms, evolutions often get some of the most beautiful artwork in any given set. Their popularity ensures they appear frequently in special collections, promos, and themed products. Their elegance, versatility, and emotional connection with fans make evolutions a permanent highlight within the TCG. Some collectors choose to focus only on sealed boxes, keeping them untouched to preserve their value and nostalgia. Sealed products hold the mystery of what could be inside, which makes them feel like time capsules from their era. As sets grow older, sealed boxes become rarer, especially those with iconic chase cards or beloved themes. Collectors who focus on sealed items enjoy displaying them like art, showcasing the box artwork and set mascots. Sealed collecting is about patience, discipline, and the thrill of owning something pristine from Pokemon's rich history. Other collectors specialize in specific species, dedicating their entire collection to one Pokemon. Whether it's Pikachu, Charizard, Mewtwo, Rayquaza, or something more niche, species-specific collecting creates a focused and personal journey. This approach allows collectors to track every artwork, every rarity, and every special variant for their chosen Pokemon. Seeing rows of the same character illustrated by different artists across decades creates a deep appreciation for the TCG's evolution. Species collecting becomes a way to express personality and passion, connecting emotionally with the Pokemon that means the most to the collector. Some collectors chase complete master sets, aiming to gather every card, commons, uncommons, rares, secret rares, promos, and even variants from a given expansion. Master set collecting is both rewarding and challenging. It requires dedication, organization, and often trading or hunting for hard-to-find cards. Completing a master set gives a sense of accomplishment and showcases the full artistic scope of an entire release. The process becomes a personal adventure, with each missing card representing the next step toward completion. For many collectors, a full master set feels like a beautifully curated snapshot of an era in the TCG. Some collectors focus exclusively on special rarities, like full arts, alternate arts, gold cards, or rainbow rares. This niche approach highlights the most visually impressive pieces of the TCG, turning a collection into a gallery of standout artwork. These rarities often hold long-term value due to limited pull rates and striking aesthetics. Collecting this way feels more like curating fine art than building a traditional binder. It appeals to collectors who enjoy dramatic visual presentation, textured surfaces, and unique foil treatments. By focusing on rarities, every page of the binder becomes a showpiece. Binder collecting remains one of the most relaxing and nostalgic parts of the hobby. Sliding cards into pages, organizing them by set or type, and flipping through the binder creates a calm, satisfying routine. Many collectors associate binders with childhood memories, trading with friends, showing off collections, and admiring artwork. Binder collecting allows you to enjoy cards without worrying about grading or sealed products. It emphasizes the joy of viewing the artwork and appreciating the evolution of the game. It's simple, peaceful, and deeply enjoyable, reminding collectors why they fell in love with the TCG in the first place. Grading cards can protect valuable pieces by sealing them in durable plastic cases, preserving them for long-term safety. While grading adds structure, scores for centering, edges, corners, and surface, it's not required for enjoying the hobby. Some collectors enjoy the security and display quality of graded cards, while others prefer the flexibility of raw cards. Grading can increase value for rare or pristine cards, but it's completely optional. Every collector finds their own balance. Whether you grade or not, the most important part is enjoying the artwork, the nostalgia, and the personal meaning behind each card. Raw cards remain valuable even without grading, and many collectors prefer the natural feel of holding them. Raw collecting allows for greater interaction. You can flip through binders, rearrange pages, or admire hollow patterns without handling a plastic case. Some collectors enjoy the freedom of collecting raw cards without worrying about grading fees or turnaround times. Raw cards also preserve the tactile experience of the TCG, the textures, the gloss, the nostalgia. They carry emotional value and remain accessible, proving that collecting doesn't need to be formal to be meaningful or rewarding. Micro scratches are common on holofoil surfaces, especially on older cards or those stored without sleeves. These tiny lines catch the light at certain angles and can affect grading, but they rarely diminish enjoyment for casual collectors. Micro scratches occur naturally from handling, storage, or even factory packaging. They reflect the card's journey through time, giving each piece a unique personality. While pristine holos are beautiful, slightly worn holos carry nostalgia. Every collector eventually learns how to spot surface imperfections, but many appreciate that imperfections are part of what makes older cards feel authentic and loved. Reverse holos vary drastically by set, with each generation offering its own style and pattern. Some reverse holos feature simple reflective backgrounds, while others include sparkles, symbols, or even repeating set logos. These variations give reverse holos a unique identity across eras. For collectors, comparing reverse holos from different sets becomes a fun visual journey. Some sets have subtle reverse patterns, while others are bold and eye-catching. Their diversity adds character to binder pages, making collections feel colorful and dynamic. Reverse holos highlight how the TCG constantly reinvents itself through creative foil effects. Booster pack artwork usually features 2 to 4 mascot Pokémon, giving each pack a distinct identity within a set. These mascots often represent the most iconic or powerful Pokémon from the expansion, helping generate excitement and recognition. Collectors enjoy seeing how the artwork varies across versions, and some even collect sealed packs specifically for the designs. The mascots help create a sense of mystery. Each pack looks appealing, no matter which one you choose to open. Over time, booster artwork becomes nostalgic, acting as a visual snapshot of the era it represents. Many fans remember entire sets just by recalling the pack art. Japanese booster packs often contain 5 cards, creating a different opening experience compared to English packs. Because the card count is lower, each card feels more impactful and opening multiple packs stays exciting. Japanese print quality is frequently praised for crisp colors and clear edges, making the smaller packs feel premium. The reduced card count also changes the pacing of openings, encouraging collectors to savor each card. The smaller pack size has become part of the charm of Japanese releases, appealing to collectors who enjoy the unique experience and distinctive packaging style of Japan's TCG products. English booster packs usually include 10 or 11 cards, offering a fuller opening experience with more chances to pull rare or exciting cards. The additional cards give more room for commons, uncommons, and a potential rare or holo at the end. This structure has become familiar to English-speaking players and collectors, creating a predictable rhythm when opening packs. The larger card count adds value and variety, making each pack feel like a mini adventure. This format has remained consistent across decades, helping build the iconic opening experience associated with the Pokémon TCG in the West. Code cards included in booster packs allow players to access digital versions of their cards for online gameplay. These codes unlock decks, packs, and cards in the digital platform, making it easy for players to practice, experiment with strategies, or play with friends virtually. Code cards bridge the physical and digital worlds, enhancing accessibility for beginners and competitive players alike. They also add value to each booster, giving something extra beyond the physical pulls. Collectors who don't use codes often trade them or give them away, creating a small community economy around digital rewards. Even older code cards from previous eras often still work in TCG Live, the modern digital platform. This backward compatibility means that packs opened years ago can still contribute to current gameplay. Many players appreciate being able to redeem older codes without worrying about expiration issues. This feature encourages long-term collecting and makes opening older sealed product even more fun for digital players. It also shows the TCG's commitment to keeping digital rewards relevant and accessible, offering value long after the physical cards were printed. Some sets release months earlier in Japan, giving collectors and players a preview of upcoming mechanics, artwork, and themes. Japanese releases often set the tone for what will eventually arrive in English, generating anticipation and discussion online. This staggered schedule allows fans to speculate, analyze cards, and plan future deck ideas. It also encourages some collectors to follow both markets closely. The earlier release structure has become part of the rhythm of the TCG, shaping excitement and helping build momentum for new expansions worldwide. Some Pokémon appear far less frequently on TCG cards than others, creating scarcity that isn't based on rarity but on selection. Certain species may go years without receiving a new card, while fan favorites like Pikachu or Charizard show up regularly. These gaps make it exciting when an uncommon Pokémon finally returns, often with fresh artwork or updated mechanics. Collectors who specialize in specific species enjoy tracking these rare appearances. The inconsistency adds an element of surprise and variety, showing how the TCG balances spotlight time across hundreds of Pokémon. The legendary bird trio, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres, have appeared throughout multiple eras, maintaining a presence in nearly every generation of the TICG. Their iconic status and elemental themes make them perfect candidates for recurring roles. Whether as holos, full arts, EX cards, GX cards, or alternate arts, the trio always brings nostalgic power to a set. Fans enjoy seeing new interpretations of their artwork, and the birds often play key roles in themed decks or special expansions. Their longevity reflects their timeless appeal and deep connection to the roots of Pokémon lore. Dragon-type Pokémon have shifted in color identity over time. In early sets, dragon types were often colorless, reflecting their neutral, powerful nature. Later eras introduced dedicated dragon-type energies and card frames with unique gold-green coloring. Eventually, the type was adjusted again to match modern gameplay balance. These changes reflect the evolving mechanics of the TCG and how design teams continually refine type systems to maintain clarity and fun. The dragon type's evolution highlights the game's adaptability and how even long-established concepts can be refreshed. Fairy-type Pokémon were removed from the TCG after the launch of the Sword and Shield era. This decision simplified the type chart and helped balance gameplay according to new design goals. Although fairy cards had a soft, elegant aesthetic that many collectors loved, their removal created space for other types to shine. Some fairy Pokémon shifted to psychic or other categories. Even though the type is gone, fairy-era cards remain a beautiful and nostalgic part of the XY era's identity, remembered for their pastel colors, unique energy symbol, and the gentle vibe they brought to the TCG. The original Pokémon TCG online app was replaced by TCG Live, offering updated graphics, smoother gameplay, and a more modern interface. TCG Live brought new features, improved deck building tools, and a refreshed digital experience that aligned with the evolving TCG. Players transitioning from the old platform carried over their collections and continued playing with familiar mechanics, but in a more polished environment. The update marked a significant evolution in the digital side of the hobby, helping the TCG stay current in an era where online play and digital rewards are increasingly important. For many players, the upgrade felt long overdue. Sealed Japanese booster boxes are often more compact than their English counterparts, producing a different collecting and display experience. Their smaller size makes them easier to store and stack, giving them a clean, elegant look on shelves. Many collectors enjoy the compact format because it reflects Japan's attention to efficiency and presentation. The artwork and packaging designs are often crisp and beautifully printed, adding to their appeal. Opening a Japanese box feels different too. Fewer packs, cleaner layout, and striking visuals. The compact design contributes to the charm and identity of Japanese TCG products. Alternate art cards frequently have lower pull rates than rainbow rares or gold cards, making them some of the most coveted modern hits. Their rarity, combined with stunning full-scene artwork, creates incredible chase value. Collectors love alternate arts because they feel like miniature pieces of storytelling, showcasing Pokémon in emotional or atmospheric settings. These cards often rise in popularity long after a set releases, especially when the artwork resonates strongly with fans. The challenge of pulling one adds excitement to opening packs, making alternate arts the highlight of many modern expansions. Secret rares are numbered beyond the official set list, giving them an extra layer of surprise and rarity. When you pull a card with a number higher than the set's final listed card, you know you've found something special. Secret rares come in many forms: gold cards, rainbow rares, textured full arts, and more. Their numbering system reflects their status, hidden treasures tucked beyond the official completion of the set. This approach creates excitement for collectors who enjoy discovering cards that extend the boundaries of the expansion. It reinforces the thrill of finding something rare and unexpected. Some sets contain dozens of secret rares, making them exciting but also challenging to complete. These sets feel dense with treasure, offering variety for collectors who enjoy the long-term hunts. While completing them can be difficult, the abundance of rare options makes every booster opening feel thrilling. You never know which type of secret rare might appear: a gold card, a rainbow rare, or a special illustration. Sets packed with secret rares often become iconic because they provide endless surprises and keep interest strong long after release. Other sets include only a handful of secret rares, focusing on quality rather than quantity. These sets can feel more approachable for collectors aiming to complete them, offering a smaller but highly curated selection of standout rares. With fewer secrets to chase, each one holds significant weight and often becomes iconic within its set. This approach balances the overall collecting experience, appealing to fans who prefer simplicity or restraint. Whether a set has many secrets or only a few, each style creates its own kind of excitement. Collectors often search specifically for swirl patterns on older holo cards. These swirls catch the light beautifully, creating mesmerizing designs that add personality to the holofoil. Some collectors even chase specific swirl locations, like swirls near a Pokemon's face or on the edge of the artwork. Because swirl placement is entirely random, finding the perfect swirl becomes a treasure hunt. Swirl-focused collecting has grown into its own niche, blending rarity with visual appeal. For many collectors, swirls represent the charm of earlier printing techniques and add a magical touch to classic holo cards. Many people collect the Pokémon TCGs purely for nostalgia, reconnecting with childhood memories and the joy of opening packs. The artwork, the feeling of organizing binders, and the excitement of pulling a rare card evoke a sense of comfort. Some fans rediscover the hobby years later, building collections that reflect both old and new eras. Nostalgia collecting strengthens emotional ties to the franchise, turning cards into meaningful reminders of simpler times. For many, the hobby isn't about value, it's about happiness. Every era of the TCG develops its own personality, shaped by its artwork, mechanics, rarity types, and design choices. From the bold simplicity of early sets to the digital-inspired e-reader cards, the elegant EX-era designs, and modern textured full arts, each generation leaves a unique mark. Fans often identify their favorite eras based on the visual tone or gameplay style. These evolving identities help keep the TCG fresh and dynamic, offering something new for every type of collector and player. The shifts between eras create a rich timeline that reflects the growth of the franchise. Binder layouts and organization styles vary widely, reflecting each collector's personal preference. Some organize by set number, creating a structured visual flow. Others sort by type, artwork style, rarity, or even by their favorite Pokémon. Binders become personal creative spaces where collectors express their vision of the hobby. The process of arranging and rearranging cards can be relaxing and deeply satisfying. Every binder tells a story about its owner, their interests, memories, and priorities within the TCG. There's no wrong way to organize a binder, which is part of what makes collecting so enjoyable. Pokémon TCG communities exist worldwide, creating a massive network of players, collectors, traders, and fans. From local game stores to online groups, people gather to share strategies, swap cards, and celebrate new releases. These communities often bring together people of all ages, united by a shared love of the TCG. Whether you're in Tokyo, London, New York, or a small town anywhere else, you'll likely find others who enjoy the game. The global nature of the community makes the TCG feel connected, welcoming, and alive. It continues to grow as new fans discover the joy of collecting and playing. The Pokémon TCG evolves every single year, introducing new mechanics, artwork styles, rarities, and innovations. Each generation builds on the foundation of the previous one, pushing creativity and design forward. New Pokémon join the roster, new strategies emerge, and fresh visuals expand the artistic direction. The constant evolution keeps the game exciting, ensuring that every new set feels like a fresh adventure. Whether you've been collecting for decades or just started, the evolving nature of the TCG ensures there's always something new to discover and enjoy. Some collectors prefer Japanese print quality because of its sharp lines, vibrant colors, and clean cardstock. Japanese cards often have crisp borders, smooth textures, and precise holographic layering. The smaller booster packs and compact boxes add to the charm. Many fans admire the detailed artwork presentation and consistent quality control. For some collectors, Japanese cards feel like premium versions, offering a more refined visual experience. This preference becomes part of their identity as collectors, shaping how they build and display their collections. Others prefer English cards for their classic aesthetic and nostalgic charm. The English card back, the large card pool, and the familiarity of the designs resonate strongly with many collectors. English sets often have wider distribution, making them easier to collect and trade locally. The artwork, set layout, and typeface variations across eras create a unique visual timeline. Many fans grew up with English cards, making them emotionally significant. The combination of accessibility, tradition, and nostalgia gives English cards a special place in the hobby. Many collectors enjoy both Japanese and English cards, finding beauty in each style. The different printing qualities, release schedules, and design choices create variety that enriches the collecting experience. Some sets look amazing in Japanese, while others feel iconic in English. Collecting multiple languages allows fans to appreciate the artistic diversity within the TCG. It becomes a fun comparison journey, seeing how the same card can look slightly different based on region. Enjoying both formats opens the door to a wider and more dynamic collecting world. The Pokémon TCG is one of the most collected trading card games ever created. Its global popularity spans multiple generations, and the hobby continues to grow each year. Millions of fans collect cards for different reasons: art, nostalgia, gameplay, investment, or simply the joy of opening packs. Its massive card library, iconic characters, and evolving mechanics give the TCG a lasting appeal that few other franchises can match. Its widespread influence makes it not just a card game, but a cultural phenomenon recognized worldwide. The size of the Pokémon TCG keeps expanding with every new generation. Each release adds new cards, new artwork, and new mechanics that enrich the overall ecosystem. The ever-growing card pool means there's always something new to learn, collect, and appreciate. As regions, themes, and Pokémon continue to evolve, the TCG becomes a sprawling universe of creativity. With every set, the world grows bigger, deeper, and more exciting, ensuring there's always something fresh waiting for collectors and players alike. The hobby attracts people from all backgrounds: competitive players, dedicated collectors, casual fans, artists, and even those who simply enjoy the relaxing process of organizing binders. Some people chase rare cards, while others chase memories. Some play weekly at local stores, while others keep sealed boxes on their shelves. The TCG community reflects the diversity of its fans, offering something for everyone, regardless of experience level or budget. That inclusiveness is part of what keeps the hobby thriving. There's no wrong way to collect Pokémon cards. Some focus on specific types, sets, or artists. Others enjoy random, unplanned collecting, picking cards simply because they love the artwork. Some prefer grading, others prefer binders. Some collect sealed sets, others build decks to play with friends. The beauty of the hobby lies in its flexibility. Whatever brings joy is the right approach, and every collection is meaningful in its own way. Everyone finds their own calm in the world of Pokémon cards. For some, it's sorting and organizing. For others, it's the excitement of opening a fresh pack. Some find peace flipping through binders, admiring artwork from different eras. Others enjoy the community, the conversations, and the shared passion. Pokémon cards offer a space where nostalgia, creativity, and relaxation blend together. Whether you're a lifelong fan or brand new to the hobby, the TCG provides a comforting escape, a place where the simple joy of collecting can brighten any day. Thank you for spending your time here tonight. I hope these Pokémon TCG facts helped you relax, unwind, or simply enjoy a moment of calm. If you made it all the way to the end, you're amazing, and I appreciate you being part of the channel. We're getting closer and closer to 500 subscribers, and every new friend who joins truly helps this community grow. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to subscribe, leave a like, or just come back for the next one. Until then, rest well, stay cozy, and keep collecting. Good night.